Welcome to the Mike Robinson YouTube channel. Remember to like and subscribe for more content. Well, here we are on another Farming the Wild adventure and landing in Phoenix, Arizona for an hour's layover on our way to Santa Barbara, California. Haven't been to California in at least a decade. Really looking forward to it. We're going to the Santa Rita Hills to film in a beautiful winery that has a problem with wild boar, pick wild mushrooms, do some beekeeping. Just really lovely Farming the Wild stuff, and you know, cook some great food and drink some great wine. I'm very excited.
It's cold, it's just this kind of chaotic, perfect little space for this. So we get these really tiny berries, really thick skins. So you're getting a lot more concentrated flavor. It's a little darker, a little deeper in here. Yeah.
It's kind of jammier, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the description of chaotic. That's perfect.
Yeah, it sounds dramatic, but it
No,
is
but it's
a
perfect.
little chaotic up
Yeah.
there, yeah.
When you see the vineyard, it's bowl-shaped, and when we first acquired it, Matt used to describe it as like somebody took a vase and broke it, because it's like all these different parcels, and it just all swirls down into it. It's
Wow.
pretty cool looking, so.
And probably like, I think 30 years ago, they didn't think you could even grow grapes this far out west. They thought it was kind of impossible, too cold, too windy, but
Here we are.
here we are. This is a really special one. We have a very small planting of Sangiovese at Jonata, so it's not a huge project for us. It's maybe 50 cases in a year, but
No way.
it's pretty tiny. But it's always one that like we make the effort to make because it's so special, it's so different from our other wines in the program.
We're driving through the impossibly pretty Santa Rita Hills. Interestingly, everywhere I see land like this, I see a high fence, and that tells me they've got deer problems and probably pig problems, because they're trying to protect that from the hogs. That is a great sign for us. Love it. But we've just been to one of the beautiful vineyards, the Hill, and now we're heading through the town of Buellton, famously where the movie Sideways was filmed. And now we're heading to the other vineyard, which I cannot wait to see. So we're heading to Jonata, which is a lovely one, and I suspect that's where we're going to find hogs, jackrabbits, cottontails, and then I can just imagine cooking in these beautiful outdoor settings, grilling, frying, Traegering, smoking, you name it, wild boar, jackrabbit, everything, whilst drinking and cooking with beautiful, beautiful California wine. What a lovely job I have. Look how pretty this is with the big oak trees. Wowzers. Gorgeous. El Mágico. Wow, how gorgeous is this? Look at it. Oh, it's like English park, man. It is, isn't it? It's one of the prettiest places I've seen in America. Look at all the flowers. Imagine the bees. No wonder they've got bees. Look at all the wildflowers. Look at this. Look at the lake. We've had our first night here at the magical Jonata Winery in the Santa Rita Hills of California, just above Santa Barbara. And we're staying in this beautiful house owned by the owner of the winery, and we've got this amazing outdoor bathtub. Now, thought I'd have a nice morning bath. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just want to look at something, my favorite herb, something that just fills me with delight. It makes me totally obsessed with cooking Italian style food. Is this rosemary? Look, follow me. Rosemary. Everywhere there are trees full of rosemary. Look at it. Different varietals. Now they also have honey here. I can't even imagine how incredible the honey's going to be. The rosemary's coming into blossom. The bees will be on it. We're also going to go and get into their beehives and take a little bit of that magical honey. And I'm going to cook wild boar, jackrabbit, honey, rosemary, chanterelle mushrooms from the vineyard, and match it with a phenomenal wine from this beautiful vineyard. And what a privilege. But first of all, I'm going to have a very, very loose and artistic bath in this amazing bath. One of the things I want to do is use some of that rosemary, scent the water with essential oils. People that pay a fortune for this. Start the day right. So I'm here with Matt, who is the vigneron, the winery manager, the big boss, the El Jefe here in the vineyards of Jonata and the Hills. And this is one of the prettiest places we've ever filmed.
It's not bad.
It's unbelievable.
It's not bad at all.
I haven't been to California for 20 years. It's not how I imagine California. It's even more lovely.
Yeah. It's a little bit of that Central Coast magic, you know. It's not quite Northern California. It's not quite Southern California. It's got that little of that Tuscan feel, like you were talking about.
We are basically in a Tuscan villa, and we have some very Tuscan ingredients running around. It is covered up in jackrabbit, something that makes me desperately excited. One of my favorite American ingredients. I get laughed at a lot for this. We're going to do jackrabbits. We're going to embrace the Tuscan element, use the olive oil, use the gorgeous wine you make.
I can't wait. By the way, it makes my year to hear someone say they're so excited about jackrabbits. I knew I liked you, but now I like you even more. This is amazing. Jackrabbit, one of my favorite ingredients. That's so cool.
There you go. Kindred spirit, soulmate, and he was in my business partner in London's restaurant selling wine last week. So it's a small world.
Great to have you here.
All right, that's lovely. That's mountain sage.
Yeah.
So
we'll call it black sage.
So we'll pick some of that on the way back for our saltimbocca.
Perfect. Perfect. But so 600-acre ranch, 600-acre sand dune. We planted this kind of against all the odds, against all the recommendations. We kind of took all the recommendations to plant asparagus or other crops instead of grapes with a bit of a chip on our shoulder and planted about, I'd say, 15 different varieties of grapes. And this unique parcel here has produced these wines that are incredibly intense, incredibly vibrant, really vivid wines that are specifically Jonata.
So we're up here on the beautiful Jonata Vineyard, and we're in a piece of Shiraz grapes, and one of the things I want to do is cook wild boar, jackrabbit, whatever I can. I want to make the charcoal to cook the food over. So we've got some of these gorgeous vine clippings. Vinewood smells and tastes phenomenal. We could just burn it, but we can also go the extra mile, farming the wild style, and we can make charcoal. And I think single estate charcoal is the only way to go. So we just stopped 50 yards from the house and picked some of this beautiful black sage, and it's unbelievably gentle, isn't it? Like aromatic. I'll use the flowers, I'll use the leaves, I'll pound them up with some garlic and some of the olive oil that grows right here, and oh, it's just too easy actually. It's like cheating. It's like cheating. Oh baby.
Just for you. It's almost like it's been sitting there for 10 years waiting for you.
Is it 10 years aged?
It would be, it would be 8 years, 8.5
We get to
years.
chop into it.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
You sure?
Yeah, of course.
There is a point where you've got to eat them.
Yeah. We were trying to get to the century, but we'll go at 8 years.
Okay, well, we'll just take a nose off. You know what I mean?
nose.
We'll take the nose off and then we'll repack
Just
it.
a little trim.
Yeah. So my dear mate Joe, cameraman, is filming down here and just turns around too quick and just unerringly manages to smash the best magnum of 17-year-old wine in the building, which is that one down there. Look, turn around and look. That's any future invitations gone. It is amazing. The smell of it's phenomenal. So here's a fun little thing I'm doing. I've got some of this beautiful Shiraz vine wood, and I've got a metal bin, and I'm going to try and turn this into charcoal to cook with. Gonna be great. I got to cut it down into small pieces, pack it tight into this. Got to pack it tight into this, like so there's no air, the biggest pieces I can, and then we cram the lid on, which is nice and tight, and then we're going to build a fire around it. Then I punch a small hole in the top of the lid to let the steam out, and then once it stops steaming, I'll put a little plug in there and it will carbonize and I'll have charcoal. We need to let this burn, get a nice bed of embers, get the shovel, and then we're going to put the lid on this, we're going to punch a hole in the top, we're going to put it in the middle, we're going to put all the embers all around and then light more fire around it, and then this will cook. So I will start the process going. Okay, I need to put a hole in the top of that to let the steam escape. It's very dry, so I think it's going to cook very quickly. Let me go and get a nail. Perfect. Soon you're going to see smoke and steam coming out of that little pinhole on the top. Well, here we are at the astonishing Jonata Vineyard in Santa Ynez in California, and I am cooking one of the prettiest places I've ever done. I'm doing a wild game masterclass with stunning wild boar chops, prosciutto. I'm going to make saltimbocca. I'm going to do cavallo nero and beans. I've got charcoal grilling. Let's go get some rosemary, which grows everywhere. And in here, taken a bunch of vine clippings, old vines, and I'm making charcoal out of old vines, which tomorrow I'm going to cook over. What a cool, fun thing to do. Wild Game Masterclass, this is wild boar saltimbocca, jump in the mouth, with flageolet beans, gorgeous herbs, and cavallo nero. Stunning wild boar chops of a young pig. What else have I got? Well, I'm going to do saltimbocca, jump in the mouth, which involves prosciutto, sage. This is actually wild sage I picked right here. Rosemary from the garden, flat leaf parsley, cavallo nero, black cabbage, some oregano, marjoram, parsley, flageolet beans, olive oil made 100 yards from this spot. And here is the wine. This is what's going to make all the difference. I'm going to put this into the beans. I'm going to make a cheeky little sauce out of white wine, some cream, a little chicken stock, a little mustard. I've got garlic, I've got tomatoes, and I'm going to grate some very good quality parmesan. So we're making a cheeky little wild game masterclass. We've got wild boar chops, saltimbocca, and doing a gorgeous little cavallo nero tomato. And then I'm going to add some of the beans in, loads of the olive oil from the ranch. It's going to be amazing. So here we have our beautiful wild game masterclass here in the Jonata Vineyard in Santa Ynez. Look at these wild boar chops, saltimbocca with wild sage and rosemary from the garden. Here we have cavallo nero, beans, tomatoes, garlic, the incredible white wine from here, Cheeky Estate Chardonnay, and this, Todos. Every single grape they grow on this vineyard in one bottle. Fabulous. So here we have it, saltimbocca wild boar chops with Tuscan style beans, Cavolo Nero, beautiful white wine from the estate and the sauce. We're drinking 19-year-old, 10 different varieties of grape in one bottle. It's like angel dancing on your tongue. It is too good for words.